honestly, because it's the first time I'm getting to go live in a long time. Finally got my 1,000 subscribers, so figured, hey, might as well utilize the ability. I just got done canvassing. I've been walking around all day. I walked around and must have handed out at least 400 or 500 flyers. It's taken me all day. I mean, I've been out since around noon, so over 5.5, 6 hours. I've been handing them out nonstop, talking to people, knocking on their doors, people taking out the trash. Sunday evenings, there's people all around. It's nice to walk around my neighborhood and introduce myself. And it's gone relatively well. I've only had 1 or 2 people step outside and tell me that they knew exactly who I was and they would never vote for me. I've had a lot more people say they knew exactly who I was and they'd already voted for me, and that they're excited to see how things work out. I'm rather lucky to be here in Orangevale because there's a lot of like-minded individuals. I can literally walk around and tell just how people decorate their house and how they carry themselves, whether or not they're going to be willing to vote for me. You see somebody with some crosses on their house or whatever, they believe in God. And they believe in morals and values and such, right? So, yeah, I walked, like I said, put in a boatload of steps today. Just want to thank a couple of my friends that came out and helped me. I had a good little group of people. Unlike the other people that have endless amounts of money, they can just pay their volunteers $23, $24, $25 an hour and have them go knock on doors indiscriminately. Well, I don't have that money. I'm a fiscal conservative. I believe that, you should walk around, shake hands, and get to know people. Introduce yourself to your constituents, and take the time to get to know your neighborhoods. So I've been doing that now for the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I've been more or less walking the neighborhoods and shaking hands and handing out flyers that we printed on our own printer, because again, we don't have a lot of money. So I got to do what I got to do. Sit around with the cutting machine and cutting the papers myself. But I'll tell you, it's been rather rewarding. I've met a lot of people, a lot of good people, a lot more support in this area than I thought. I genuinely thought I was going to get wiped out by the GOP support, and I don't know what the case is going to be. I really don't know. It might end up like it did last time, I get a few good 1,000 votes or whatever, but I'd like to see some change. I'd like to see somebody actually get in on the board and make a difference, because it seems to me like everybody who's running is just doing it as a platform to move on to the next stage in their life, right? Where I'm actually solution oriented. I want to make changes. I don't know. I figure best way I can do that is walk around and talk to people. And I'll be honest with you guys. When I see my opponent's signs in yards, you'd almost think, oh, you should give up. Not even close. When I see a sign that's almost more inviting, I say, hey, do you have Tanya's or McKibben's sign in your yard? Because you just haven't met me yet. Is that why? And most of them are like, well, who are you? And I said, I'm the other guy on the ballot. There's 3 of us, and I'm assuming you're only voting for that person because you haven't met me yet. Kind of arrogant, kind of pompous, confident, but I also believe in myself. It's like a car salesman. You gotta know you're gonna get the sale. And I give my little elevator talk. I, have my 1-minute speech, get her done. Try to make sure I hit on all the button topics that are important to people. If you see someone's got kids, or if they're a grandma or grandpa, I'm like, hey, do you want grandkids? Because they are not promoting, that we have grandkids. It's almost like this Extinction Rebellion crap, they're telling us that we're overpopulated and we shouldn't be having babies, and let alone the, promotion of all this LGBT agenda stuff. So it's not like our birth rates are going up. We actually had a whole lot of people die in the last couple of years, and I think it's only going to get worse. But one way or another, like I said, just introducing myself has made a huge difference. There's a lot of people who told me that they were originally going to be voting for my opponent on both sides, right? Because McKibben, he's a left-wing progressive who's endorsed by the Stonewall Democrats. So he is clearly on the left. He's a lot like a majority of the people that are running on the board, like Ben Avey. He's a denier of the fact that BLM is a terrorist organization, and that he thinks that the agenda behind CRT is nothing to worry about, whereas I believe that's something that we should be combating. Need to put time and energy in to fighting, because ultimately, if our kids don't receive an education that's going to make them competitive in the world, our government's going to keep using excuses to bring in people. They keep saying, oh, Americans, we need all this immigration because we can't compete. Well, maybe we'd be able to compete if we weren't focused on social emotional learning all the time, right? And worried about race baiting and fighting and CRT and BLM and just all this crap that does nothing to help kids grow, right? So we've come to a time and a place in our society where there's change needed. And so I've walked until it's dark. Just wanted to make sure that I checked in with everybody while I could, because I thought it was kind of cool that I can finally go live on Facebook again. They can't quite shut me down. Let's see if I can see the comment board. See if anyone's even made a comment. Nope, no one's made a comment. It's all good. Just want to make sure I said hello and introduce myself to those of you in the Facebook world, YouTube world, Instagram world who don't get to see me but might see me on YouTube. Yeah, I still exist here somehow. So, I just wanted to do a little video explaining what I was up to on this Sunday night, trying to win over these votes. Luckily for me, there's a lot of people sitting at home watching football. They've already gone to church and they've already done their thing. So, yeah, it's a beautiful evening. The weather's perfect. So, yeah, I'm going to check out now. Just wanted to make sure I left a short little message, short little video explaining what I was up to. Canvassing on a Sunday evening in my local neighborhood. There will be no stopping me. I know they try to censor me. They're constantly trying to censor me. Even the conservative GOP members over here in the Sacramento area have capitulated and they've started censoring people. They won't even allow for debate. They won't allow me to be in a room with the other people, because they know if the constituents actually hear me speak and talk, they're going to be swayed my direction versus listening to what they've already been told. They've already formed an opinion of me, right? So, I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing what I do, and I'm going to keep fighting. I'll check in more often, try to do more of these little videos here and there. I'll sit down and come up with a topic to talk about, since I can do these now. And, maybe get on here and start doing some, actual long interview type settings. So you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you another time.